Okay, first of all, this title. Victim singing K-pop song 21's I Don't Care leads to double murder. How does that even happen? That's the first question. Two, please don't tell me that somebody who hates K-pop will actually try to kill somebody who is just singing a song. Never in my life would I ever want or think to justify anybody killing somebody over singing a song. Like, hello? Are you serious? But we about to watch this Rotten Mango video. This is kind of a short one compared to the other ones. This is about like an hour. This just came out actually like an hour ago. So yeah, there's that. But because we need to figure this out. Let's go.
Have you ever wanted to watch more videos than the thousands of ones that are already on my channel?
Hell yeah. How I do that? Huh? Tell me.
You know, like the ones that I can't show on YouTube. I got you. I have a Patreon with 3 tiers. This is what you will get per tier. Most of you like to read it. Honestly, I love it. We be going crazy on the Patreon, but I'm going to let you be the judge of that. So y'all go ahead and check out the Patreon and let me know what you think. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for supporting. And thank you for everything. Now, let's get back to the video.
Obviously, dude is deranged.
The people outside this teenager's home, they're multiplying by the day.
Whoa.
Day 1, maybe it's 5 people. Day 2, it's double. Then it's triple. And it seems like more and more people are coming out to this little girl's house and they're screaming her name. Some of them have posters. Some of them are just stringing together these very colorful sentences filled with just the most aggressive curse words that you could possibly think of.
Slim, you going to a little girl house. Mind you, the thumbnail says she's 13. These guys look grown as hell. Y'all going to a little girl house screaming her name for whatever reason. Why? It don't matter what. I don't care what she did. You are not about to sit here and think that bringing your whole gang of cronies who's old as hell to come talk to a 13-year-old girl screaming her name like y'all tough or something. Like y'all the mob or something. Like y'all the mafia. Like, no, boy. What?
There were even rumors that someone was going to light the house on fire.
Nigga, what?
Okay, the plan is we're going to light the house on fire and it's going to force this little girl to come out and essentially face the mob.
Bro, what?
She was only 13 years old when she became one of the most hated people in the entire country of the Philippines.
What?
A video had gone viral of this teenager yelling at and yanking the hair of a middle-aged woman. Moments later, that middle-aged woman and her son would be murdered.
Wait, whoa, what the fuck? Wait, huh?
Yelling at and yanking the hair of the most hated people in the entire country of the Philippines. A video had gone viral of this teenager yelling at and yanking the hair of a middle-aged woman. Moments later, that middle-aged woman and her son would be murdered.
Okay, first of all, please don't tell me that I just overspoke. I probably did, and I'm okay to face that because off the surface level, never in my life would I ever even, like I said before, she's 13. Nigga, you don't need all these people to talk to a damn 13-year-old girl. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's going to be a bunch of twists, so let's keep going. And also, I'm definitely jumping out. I'm jumping out early if that need, like, I'm taking that. I understand. I get that. It's crazy how there's no bada boom bada bings. Or did I miss the bada boom bada bing? Did I miss the bada boom bada bing? I didn't. Oh, I did.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Damn, I missed the bada bing bada boom. God damn, whoa.
About RottenMangoPodcast.com.
Oh.
This case does take place in the Philippines, so we did get our researcher who actually lives there.
Shout out to the Philippines.
To help us translate the sources. But as always, if anything was lost in translation or if you have more information about this case, please leave it in the comments.
I'm gonna be honest. When I found out that Tagalog, I think that's how you say it, Tagalog. I don't really know. I don't know the specifics because she just said it in a different way. I was so astonished when I was like, "Wait, that's the language. That's what the name of the language is." That was cool as hell.
But there is a video of this incident that has gone viral, like not just in the Philippines, but it's on Reddit. It's known somewhat internationally. So I will say there is a bit of online discourse that is pretty intense regarding the parties involved. I'm going to try to cover most of it, but it is pretty dark. So with that being said, if you've been like an original K-pop fan, you know the song I Don't Care by 2NE1.
2NE1.
Yeah, so it came out over 10 years ago, I want to say in like 2010. They've since disbanded, but this song was everywhere. I mean, it was obviously huge in South Korea, but it was one of the most popular songs in the Philippines.
Okay.
According to our researcher, you could not get into a taxi, you could not go to a restaurant, a mall without this song blaring every single place you go.
That's tough.
And it was a bop. The song is very uplifting. It's catchy. It's
I'm gonna have
kind
to
of
watch
like
this.
I don't care song. Like, I don't care about your opinion. I don't care at all. Like,
I'm gonna have to watch
doing
this.
my own thing type of song. That is the iconic chorus.
Hey.
And it's the type of chorus that sticks to your mind after just listening to it once.
Okay.
But it would be someone's last words. The song, not even the words I don't care, but the actual chorus of the song.
Ooh.
Someone singing that.
Yes, were her last words. In the video, you see a woman about 45, 50 years old, and she's practically kneeling on the ground, screaming, begging, like pleading with this man in front of her, just let me go. Let me and my son go. This little 13-year-old girl comes up to her. This is the man's daughter, and starts slapping at her arms and hands, even pulls her hair. And the little girl is standing there proudly over someone who is, I mean, many decades older than her.
Yo.
And this little girl says something along the lines of, you know who my dad is, right?
Yo, are you good?
So this woman, this 45-year-old woman, in one last act of defiance, looks at this little girl and sings the chorus of the song.
Man, I don't care.
And she would be murdered immediately afterwards,
'Cause
along with her son.
what?
Like, in the video, you see the murder take place. Everyone in the neighborhood knew the drama.
Oh.
Like, everyone at first thought it was so fascinating. It's the newest neighborhood gossip. They're all at dinners, they're at barbecues, they're doing their little neighborhood walks. Like, you know those two hate each other, right?
Hold on. I'm gonna see this video. I'm gonna see this off screen. What the fuck? What the actual hell? Hold on. Let me turn this off because this is crazy. Hold on. Nah. I just seen the video. Nah. Yo, that did that shit is a bitch. I don't give a fuck. No. Fuck no, bro. I don't give a fuck. What the fuck happened? You was not finna do that, bro. I just saw the video and yeah, I just saw a murder on camera. So that's crazy. Yeah. As we watch this, yeah. I don't give I was wrong in the beginning. I feel like I was wrong in the beginning. But let's keep going. That nigga that did that shit is a bitch ass nigga. Oh God. Fuck no.
No, they hate each other.
Point fucking nah, bro. See, that shit gonna get me mad as fuck. Nigga really shot this woman and her son point fucking blank. Are you good, bro? Are you good? Like,
So they would explain. Well, Janelle, the dad of the family that
this nigga. Fuck this nigga. Fuck this nigga. Oh, hell
lives
no.
on the left, he hates Sonia, that middle-aged lady that lives right next door to him.
Bitch ass
The
nigga.
two families, they hate each other.
Fuck is wrong
All
with
of
you,
Sonia's
bro?
kids that are like 25-ish, they all hate Janelle.
Janelle is the
Y'all gonna see the face of this bitch ass nigga. Him. Fuck this nigga. Nigga gonna pull out a whole thick ass gun and just, man, what, bro?
little girl's dad.
Yes.
And Sonia
Bruh.
is the neighbor.
Middle-aged woman.
Got it.
And she's got a ton of kids that are like 20-ish, 25-ish, so older kids, right? And they hate each other. And the neighbors are like, wait, I thought everyone loves Sonia. Well, not Janelle. He even tried to run over Sonia's grandkids. In the middle of a day, Janelle was riding his motorcycle back home. And they have to use the same road to get to their homes because they're neighbors. And he sees Sonia's little granddaughter standing with her uncle on the side of the road. Apparently, this is the neighborhood gossip, he starts stepping harder on the gas pedal. He's picking up speed. He's going way past the speed limit for a neighborhood like residential zone. He has no intention of slowing down. He zooms right past this little girl, less than a foot away from her. If she had reached out her hand, if she had even leaned a little towards the road, she would have been hit by the motorcycle. He was driving so fast, she actually ended up falling back from the shock and impact of like the wind.
God damn.
So it sounds like they all really, really hate each other, but the neighbors are confused. Why? So for a little while, it didn't make any sense, but eventually it would go to court. Apparently, everything had been fine until Janelle decided to buy a piece of land from Sonia. It was a lot. It was probably like 3 or 4 months of his salary. And Sonia warned him, okay, yes, this is a really good investment. As a realtor, I can tell you that. I think this plot of land is good, but it's going to be a bit complicated.
So from what I'm getting, they don't like each other, right? Or is this, if this is the beginning, then I'll shut up. Let's see. Hold on.
So the way that it's set up is this is a giant piece of land owned by one owner.
Okay.
He's going to sell off little pieces of the land, but he's not going to give everyone their deeds until the whole plot of land is paid for.
Makes
So
sense,
now,
I guess.
if you buy it right now, this little plot A, we have to wait for all the other plots to not only sell, but for those buyers to pay in full.
Wait.
Are
Okay.
you okay with that? And he's like,
I would not be okay with that. Nigga, if I pay for some shit, you're giving me my deed now. Or if it's pending. Or whatever they do with houses when I've never really bought a house or under contract or something.
yeah, I'm okay with that.
All
But
right.
a year later, he's like, where's my deed?
Yeah,
And
like
that's
what?
how this neighborhood feud started.
This neighborhood feud started over a goddamn deed and led to you shooting this woman in her fucking head? What?
And so everyone's like, oh,
Nigga.
wow, that doesn't make sense. So he sued her and took her to court, and then what? She ripped him off? Is that what really happened? Like, what's going on? He takes her to court for embezzlement. He says that it doesn't matter what she said. She did this to embezzle money out of me. I don't think that I'm ever going to get a deed. Even if she had told me it would take a while, it shouldn't take a year. Sonia, meanwhile, is arguing, I have no reason to do anything like that. My reputation in the industry is worth so much more than this. Everyone loved Sonia for being patient and friendly. She used to be a teacher before she transitioned into real estate, and she was just like this really nice mother, this really kind grandmother. She had no reason to want to trash her whole family's reputation and her career for a quick scam.
And also, she told him what the fuck is going on. So this nigga said, oh, it shouldn't take a year. Nigga, you were told that everybody needs to buy this shit so everybody can get the deed. I don't know what the hell, I don't know how much land ownership or land trade-offs is, but like, if it's a lot of people trying to get on a thing, nigga, if you trying to spend your 3 months to 4 months salary, you don't think other people are trying to spend 3 months to 4 months salary? That's a lot of months. You only get 3 sets of 4 months in a year. Like, hello? I'm trying to wrap my head around this. I don't know. What the fuck?
She argued, I did everything by the books.
Right.
There was even a representative from the government to witness.
First off, she told you, and you said you were okay with this. Nigga talk about, I don't care what she said. She embezzled money. She told you. She gave you terms and conditions. And you said you're fine with that. But now you want to turn around and be like, oh, she was trying to scam me. I mean, did she get, like, I don't remember hearing if she gave him a set date or a set time of around the time of where it should like, you know, the deed should come. That's your dumbass fault for not dotting your I's and crossing your T's. Who the fuck just gives up 4 months salary for some land knowing damn well you're not finna get the deed until a bunch of other people who literally have nothing to do with this shit, who probably have their whole life to deal with, to come together and get the whole thing? Excuse me, like, what?
witness the whole transaction. But no.
What did you say?
For a quick scam. She argued, I did everything by the books. There was even a representative from the government to witness the whole transaction. But no. Janelle went around screaming about some scam. And in the end, Sonia, because it's so, like, in Korean we have this saying, it's like, 더럽고 치사해서. It's like so dirty. And so I feel so dirty on the receiving end of these accusations that are completely baseless.
Yeah.
She's like, I feel so dirty. I'm just going to give you your money back.
Yeah, like,
just
what the fuck?
get
Take
away.
your shit,
Like,
fool.
you think I wronged you when I obviously didn't. So just take the money. I don't even
Yeah,
care.
like, bro.
So that's what she does. She's
Okay.
like, okay, the transaction is null and void. Take your money and leave. But Janelle is still not satisfied. He
Man, he a hoe.
actually tries to sue her for embezzlement once more.
Man, he a hoe, bro. Nah, fuck that. Bro, you a grown-ass man, son. I don't like to play that gender politics, but you a hoe-ass nigga, bro. You over here geeking about some embezzlement. Is she gonna give you your money back? And you're still tripping?
And the whole neighborhood is just confused. Like,
Right, he a hoe.
okay, wait, he got his money back.
He's a hoe.
But if he's still suing, maybe there's something we don't know.
I don't know, but he
Maybe
a hoe.
he is right.
I don't care.
Because why would he sue if he's not right?
I don't care. You
right?
can sue. I don't give a fuck. You can sue what you can sue anything. Nigga, you can sue whatever. Talk about maybe he's right. You a hoe, nigga. You got your money back. Fuck out of here.
But everybody loves Sonia. She's always had a spectacular reputation, and she gave him a refund. So maybe she's not in the wrong, and he's just a sue-happy weirdo.
Yeah.
So like I said, in the beginning, very entertaining neighborly gossip. But once the passive aggressiveness between the two neighbors ran so high that even their own children were impacted, or the
What the fuck is this Romeo and Juliet ass beef?
neighbors would feel this like unspoken tension whenever they walked past the two houses.
He a hoe. He
now
started
it was
that shit.
getting just way too much for everyone to handle. Anytime that you took a neighborhood walk, if you saw Janelle, if you saw Sonia or her son Frank, Sonia's son Frank is 25 years old. He's very close with his mom, and by default, he very much hates Janelle, and vice versa.
I
Now,
understand that.
it's customary that these neighbors on their walk, they would duck their head and just walk past as fast as possible. It's just so awkward and uncomfortable, you know? That was most days. But there were a few incidents where they would have to step in and try to diffuse situations, like when things would get heated between the two families.
Bro, this is some petty ass shit. Like, this is some petty ass shit. Like, for real. Like, this is literally like ego. From what I'm hearing right now, this is pure ego.
One time it happened because Janelle's daughter, let's call her Ellie.
Is this the 13-year-old?
Yeah, so her real name is out there. I'm not going to use it. We'll call her Ellie.
Shout out for you.
She was
Shout out
playing
to you.
with Sonia's grandkids. And the kids, you know, they're teasing Ellie.
Man, yeah, I was wrong as hell. I apologize for that. I thought the little girl died. I was about to say, I thought the little girl died. Man,
It wasn't the nicest
My
thing to
bad.
do, but I don't think they were physical. I don't think they were like viciously, verbally bullying this girl. I think that they were learning. Like, I really am never that person that says, oh, they're kids, right? Because I don't believe in that. But I think it was a genuine instance of they're kids and they're learning how to tease each other. They're learning boundaries. It's an experimental phase. And I do think that they were kind of teasing Ellie without this vicious, malicious intent to hurt her. But Janelle sees this and he gets angry. Makes sense, okay? I'm sure a lot of parents would feel that way. He could have just walked over to these tiny little children and explained, like, hey, this is not something you do when you hang out with people, especially not with my daughter. Like, I'm not going to be okay with it. You got it?
yeah.
Old or
Like 10,
These kids are 10.
7, 8, you know? They're young.
oh, yeah.
But instead, he stomps out the front porch, a face red with anger, and he's screaming, why are you bullying my daughter? Behave yourself, or I will show you how demonic I can be.
Man, you a grown ass fucking man. Boy, get the fuck up out of there, boy. Oh, bitch ass nigga. Hey, Slim. Hey, bro. Nah, because like, who the fuck is you talking to these kids like that for? Like, what? Like, huh? They gonna show you how demonic I am. Nigga, what's up? Fuck is wrong with you? See, this is why I can't be in these situations. Nigga, if I was, you're not talking to my child like that, bro. And I'm not doing no gunplay shit with you either. We're gonna throw hands. Like, are you dumb? Are you dumb? Like, what? The fuck is wrong with this guy? I don't like this nigga. I don't hate this. I mean, fuck this nigga, man.
Sonia was so angered by the whole thing. And she's not saying, no, my kids can never do wrong. My kids didn't do that. My kids are angels. That's not what she's saying. She's saying that's not how adults speak to children.
Yeah.
That is unacceptable.
Yeah.
And it's well known and crystal clear that Janelle hates me and my whole family, like Sonia and her whole family, almost ran over one of the kids, and he lives in such close proximity. Sonia feels like she has to stand her ground so that her kids can feel safe in this
Exactly.
neighborhood.
Like, Miss Sonia ain't do nothing wrong, yo. She did exactly what she should. This nigga Janelle geeking like shit. He tripping on some kids. Like that shit cool. Like, you feel like you a big man, huh? You a big, strong, macho man. You a bitch. Fuck you talking about.
She files a formal
This video is gonna have hella cursing because this is crazy.
complaint. And since then, we have reached a territory of no going back.
What?
I think a lot of interpersonal relationships are like this.
Hold on. What did you say, Miss Stephanie?
And since then, close proximity, Sonia feels like she has to stand her ground so that her kids can feel safe in this neighborhood. She files a formal complaint. And since then, we have reached a territory of no going back.
We reached a territory. He sued her twice. That's insane.
I think a lot of interpersonal relationships are like this. And I mean, what do I know? I feel like I'm learning things every day, right? But
Me too.
I feel like there's always a point of no return. And it's not even just, oh, you know what? This person is so toxic. There's no point of return. I think there's always a spot where both parties have gone so far, neither one can turn around.
Understandable. I get that.
There's no U-turn anymore. It's almost become part of like your life, your character, your whole life story is like, oh, this is my nemesis. It's almost like a thing, you know?
Yeah.
And now even going back or de-escalating the situation, it feels like you're losing. It's like telling the other party, okay, you're right. Maybe I'm wrong. It's kind of like an ego thing more than anything now. The only problem is one of the parties involved was willing to kill to protect their ego.
Exactly.
The week before Christmas, there was a massive boom echoing through the neighborhood. All the neighbors are like, what was that? The neighbors who heard the loud noise, they went silent. You know, their eyes are wide. They're like straining their ears to see if maybe I can hear some sort of scream or something. Some of them even went to investigate, and they heard laughter.
Huh?
Okay, so then
Hold
I
on,
see what's
wait.
going.
Because like she said, it's a boom. The video I saw, this nigga shot them like 4 times. Like he shot 4 times. Like when she went down, trigger warning, but I'm still explaining this because this is crazy. Like first off, he shot them point blank, and when they both went down, he kept shooting. He kept shooting her. That wasn't just a boom. That was multiple booms. Like, what?
Going on. They saw on Sonia's front lawn her son Frank and a few other family members were just having a good time playing with a boga. I'm not Filipino and I've never heard of a boga, but our Filipino researcher was explaining it's kind of like a homemade cannon. That sounds dangerous. That sounds like a
shit.
weapon. That sounds like a bomb threat or something. No, it's not. Okay, so technically they're illegal. Technically they are, but they're pretty common in the Philippines. And it's very similar to like a homemade firework, but not as scary. Okay, let me try to explain it because I feel like I'm explaining it and it sounds very serious. You take a bamboo stick
Holy
or
shit.
a tin can, very long one. Anything that has like a long barrel shape. You take it, it's open on both sides. These are not instructions, by the way. I'm not giving you DIY guides right now. But many people will put a plastic water bottle or something on the other end. They'll spray some alcohol inside or some paint thinner. The point is to blow open the water bottle's plastic cap and create like this boom noise.
Oh, we did this in school. I remember we did something. It was like you do something to a water bottle and then you pop it and it'll just be like boom. They used to do stuff like that. So that could be like what it was. I don't know.
So once you spray
There was also some things we did in school when we put like hand sanitizer in a napkin, tied the napkin so the hand sanitizer looked like a little bubble, and just throw it at people. It's messed up, but I did it to people who were bullying me, so it is what it is.
in the alcohol or the paint thinner, I think you light a small fire near, and then it lets out a big boom, right?
Oh shit.
So this is why it's illegal. It's not illegal because people were using it as weapons. Most people would have it at home and they would use it as like a pastime. They would have fun with it. It's almost like how people do fireworks at home. Technically, there's a million ways you could kill yourself with a homemade firework or an at-home fireworks show.
Yeah.
So that's why they banned it. They're like, no, we cannot have this anymore. But the end result is not to hurt anyone. It is not a weapon. It's not pointed at people. It's pointed up into the sky. And ultimately, all you're trying to get out of this, and this is kind of important, is you're trying to make a loud boom noise.
Okay.
The person who makes the loudest boom noise is usually like, I won, right?
Okay.
Keep that in mind.
All right. What?
You know how online there's this whole
What the-
sentiment of, well, don't expect to look like a celebrity if
Stephanie, what the fuck?
you're not spending that a Stitch Fix.
No,
they will-
no, no. What the hell?
And drive all the way back, work newborn.
Hold on. Wait, what? Oh, wait. I was confused. Shit. Stephanie getting she getting goddamn sponsorship. Shout out to you. That just scared me for a second.
So neighbors, they stick their little heads out. Okay, Sonia's kids, they're all adults at this point. They're playing with the boga. Whatever, not a big deal.
Uh-huh.
And Frank is a responsible guy. Like, he's known in the neighborhood as being this very, very put together son.
Rest in peace to
He's
Frank.
25. He's got a wife and
Sonia.
a newborn, but they live a few hours away. The only reason that he's even staying at his mom's house was because there was more work in this town. So he would come here during the work weeks, work his ass off. I mean, this man was known to never turn down a job. He did construction.
hustler.
He did honestly anything
He's
that
a
made
hustler.
any sort of money. And at the end of the week, he would drive home for 1 or 2 days max.
This shit pissed me off because it always be the people who just work hard, mind they fucking business, just make an honest living to get knocked off by a bitch ass nigga with a gun and some ego. Like, sometimes I be hating that shit, bro. It be like people who, and I'm not saying cuz is a saint, cuz I don't know what he did in his life, but from what I'm hearing now, it's like, bro, he has a family, he hustles, his mama slinging land, like she having for real, and like, and it just shit just goes south with some hoe ass nigga with some ego, bro. Like, come on, son, that shit don't be fair.
Practically drop any and all money that he made, all the cash he earned, and drive all the way back to start the new work week.
Real nigga though.
It's kind of bittersweet for Frank. I mean, on one hand, he had to be away from his child, and then on the other hand, this is the only way that his wife could stay at home and not work and just be with the kid.
Shout out to Frank.
He never complained. He was not one of those people that felt like, I'm doing a sacrifice for my family. He was really well loved. So that particular night, it's Sunday, and Frank is getting ready for this very long work week ahead of him. It's 5 days of just breaking his back in the brutal sun. I know I said a week before Christmas, but it's the Philippines. It's still going to be very hot. He and his family decide, let's just let loose, you know? And I mean that very lightly.
Nah, bro, because this shit pissed me off even more. This nigga really walked out with the gun and intentions to do some shit. Because I don't understand, like, I don't get that. Like, nothing, she was literally singing 21, and you gonna pull out your gun and just shoot her. Like, no, you came out that hole with some intentions, bro. You was finna light some shit up. And I'm not talking about no boga, nigga. You was trying to light some shit up. You did that with the intent. I'm glad your ass behind bars. Your mugshot is ugly as shit, too.
They decide. This is their version of let loose. They're going to bring plastic chairs to the front lawn, sit under the shade of a big tree out front, pop open a few beers. It's not even a ton of friends. It's like cousins came over.
That sounds fun.
They're just going to goof around. And it was at this moment, one of the cousins asked Frank, hey, you got a boga? Frank's like, actually, I got multiple bogas.
Jesus.
So he brings out a few, and they start having this competition of who can make the loudest bang. And Frank was up first. He loads up the boga, shakes it up, points it towards the sky, presses the button, like releases it. Nothing happens.
Damn.
And his cousins are all cracking up. Like, this guy thinks he's tough. This guy thinks he moves bricks.
They did a reenactment of this?
Work a boga. And it was all in good fun. So Frank is like, okay, I got to do it again. He shakes it up, shoots it up, and bang. And now, this is not like midnight. The sun is still out. And fine, yeah, I'm sure as a neighbor, it's not the most pleasant noise. But I will say my tolerance for random loud noises in the neighborhood is the highest during weekends, during the day. Mm-hmm. It's like everyone's just letting off some steam before the work week. It's not like any kids are sleeping. Nobody's, sitting there doing their homework all afternoon. But when Janelle heard that very first bang of the boga, he's at home with his wife and younger daughter, Ellie. She's about 13. He freezes. And he feels like it's personal. It's a deep...
Go to hell. Man, shut the fuck up, bro. Let some shit slide. I don't like people that don't be letting shit slide sometimes, bro. Like, because at the end of the day, Slim, if you right in a situation, so the fuck what? So what? If you right in an argument, so what? If it's just off arguing, cool. You wanted that win, you probably needed it. But let that shit go. That shit is not personal, nigga. Who the fuck? See, this is why I don't be liking all these macho ass men, bro. Y'all be throwing me the fuck off. Y'all be ready to crash out over some dumb shit. Hey, Ten, how you doing?
Rooted anger that is seething out of his bones. He knew it was a boga. He doesn't think it's a gun. He doesn't think it's anything like that. He knew it was a boga. He knew it was Frank, Sonia's 25-year-old son, but he felt like it was a message for him.
Man, shut up,
They're
nigga.
telling him, oh yeah?
If you want a message, yo, I shoot that shit into your house. Nigga, if I want a message, bro, I'ma pop that joint right in your window, nigga. Ooh, here, boom, bottle cap, there you go.
We're going to be loud. And what are you going to do about it?
Bruh, get the
They
fuck out
wanted
of
him
here.
to hear it, and they wanted him to try and do something about it. And if he didn't,
I hope whenever I buy a house, bro, I hope my neighbors ain't no bitch ass niggas like that. Cause no, first of all, I don't even like people like that, and I don't even like neighbors. My neighbors I grew up with are cool, but I don't really like people like that, and people be weird. I really pray to the Lord above that I don't have to deal with no crazy neighbors. And don't bring no pie to me when I move into the neighborhood. I don't like pie.
they were just going to completely disrespect him. So Janelle marches out of his house. He slams open the front door so hard it like bounces back towards him, and he stomps as loud as he can. And with each step, he's like building this rage. He's hyping himself up. You know, how fucking dare they? And he spots Frank, snatches the boga right out of his hands, and Frank's like, "What the hell are you doing? What are you doing? Don't you know this is illegal? I'm confiscating this." Frank tries to de-escalate the situation initially. Janelle, there's no need to be this angry. Please stop being so aggressive. We were just trying to have fun, but if you don't like the noise, I can stop.
Okay.
Janelle looks around at Frank's family and friends, and they're all staring at him like he's some sort of crazy power-tripping guy.
Because he is.
And ultimately, that was humiliating. It's insulting. And what does a wounded ego do? A humiliated ego strikes back. Janelle leans back and punches Frank square in the face.
What the fuck?
And Janelle is a pretty big dude. I would say he might be pushing 200 pounds. Frank is pretty small.
Bruh, you a hoe,
You know how in
son.
the MMA fights, the fighters have these very intense staring matches. Their faces are inches apart from each other. They're staring into each other's eyes. I thought it was goofy. I thought it was all for like photo ops and the press conference and to get more views. But there is psychology there.
Man, forget that psychology. I'd laugh in somebody's face. If somebody ever like actually like punches me in my shit, I will start laughing because I've been waiting my whole entire life to actually get into a fight. Not gonna lie. I don't want to fight, but like if it actually happens to me, I might start laughing. So hey, it is what it is.
A lot of the MMA fighters said, you know, I too thought it was goofy, but you actually learn a lot about your opponent just by staring into their eyes.
Yeah.
It's an opportunity to see if, are they really confident? Is there even a moment where the stare down, they waver?
I'll
Or
start
maybe
flirting.
a slight second where you can almost see like doubt or fear flash before their eyes. When you're only focused on their eyes, you can see it.
But I remember somebody tried to press me out one day, and they tried to say like, they tried to do that intimidating shit. Mind you, it was like girls in the crowd, so they were like doing that, you know, how guys be trying to be like, all that stuff. But I looked at Joe, I looked at him like this. Like I dead ass just did that. He backed off, but I'm just like, bro, like people really just be like showing off for no reason. Like I wonder if these people actually think if you're gonna do some crazy stuff like this, are you gonna get some pussy or something? Like, are you doing this to like show off? Like, and if you do show off, if you get whatever you were looking for at the end of the night, congratulations. You still a hoe ass nigga for trying to peacock in front of people as if like we not humans. Like, are you crazy, bro? I send niggas at your house. Stop fucking playing with me, cuz you would get that shit, bro. You probably get that punch off there. And you better knock me out. Just, you better not come back. Don't, because no.
You can see a person's soul. That's what they said. The first person to look away is the automatic de facto loser, the submissive one.
Whatever.
And that's what it felt like on this front lawn.
Nigga, I got
It was
anxiety.
Like an
Nigga, I
MMA
don't care.
Stare down. Janelle punched Frank in the face, and now they're almost scary, still staring into each other's eyes, daring each other to do something.
Janelle and Frank.
Yeah. Frank's cousins are jumping up, trying to create distance between Janelle and Frank before it escalates even further. Neighbors are rushing out, hearing the commotion because, you know, when Janelle punched Frank, people are screaming. There's chaos. And not a single person, because if you watch the video, it looks like something's going to happen. It doesn't look to me like this situation is going to naturally de-escalate on its own. But not a single person in the crowd, not a single cousin or neighbor. Nobody called the cops. Nobody even said, someone call the cops, someone call the police.
Bro, why are you handling women like that? Bro, I'm sorry.
Because Janelle was the police. Janelle is a police officer.
That probably explains why you got that fat ass gun. Like, what? That explains a lot. Oh my God. He's still a bitch. You got, man, and you got this power and you just abusing it, dog. Like, oh my God, bro. She make me hate niggas, bro.
He's a cop.
Man.
He also had his police-issued gun and handcuffs on him, and he was going to make use of his power to make Sonia's son, Frank, submit to him.
Bruh.
You are under arrest, Frank. Frank stood his ground.
Oh, that's why Frank didn't strike back.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Frank stood his ground. This is all unfair. You know, Frank is a little tipsy. Fine, that's not illegal. Okay, he's on his own private property. He's not out there drinking. He was of drinking age. And sure, using the boga was illegal, but it's a few loud bangs. Nothing, absolutely nothing warranted an arrest. Even if someone had called the cops on Frank for using a boga, they would have confiscated the bogas and given him a firm warning.
Yeah.
That would be that. But Janelle is now physically grabbing Frank to throw him onto the ground, handcuff him, drag him to the patrol car, and arrest him. He's like, I'm going to bring you into the police station.
Ooh.
All of Frank's family, including Sonia, his 45-year-old, 50-year-old mother, jumps in trying to defuse the situation. And Frank is shouting, you think just because you're a police officer, you can do this? I think Frank was just fed up at this point. You know, he had seen his mom go through all of these struggles with Janelle. And this is the last straw. You can't just keep doing this, dude.
Yeah.
One of Frank's cousins even put his hand on Frank's mouth to try and focus on diffusing the situation. Frank's family genuinely is just in this mode of diffuse. Doesn't matter, diffuse.
Right.
Janelle, calm down. Please just let Frank go. Like, we can talk about this rationally. There's no need to involve the police. We'll never use the boga again. Janelle looked around and he only started pulling Frank harder. And I wonder if there's some psychology to this.
You
because
bitch.
as people are pleading with him, it's almost now, it's kind of fueling his ego.
He getting horny off
Look,
that
I
shit,
have the
nasty
power,
ass nigga.
and I can do whatever I want. Even when people are begging with me, I'm not weak. I can still do what I want. Sonia literally throws herself on Frank's body to shield him from Janelle. And she's screaming, what are you doing? Just stop it. Get your hands off my son. This was the point of no going back. Not because of Sonia's words, but Janelle was now too far into his power trip. If he let go now, he would be submitting. He would be putting on a show for these people. He would have been bluffing. In just one glance, he could see all the neighbors had come out. And
Bro, you're a police officer. Literally, if you take this loss, you still have a police job. You kind of can't take a loss. Oh, you look silly in front of other people. Okay, in front of your neighbors. So you're a police officer. If you actually hate them, you can catch them on some other shit too. Like, bro.
they're all watching. This would be public humiliation, which for some men is the scariest thing of their lives.
Yeah,
Not
it
murder
sucks.
or being essayed, but rather being publicly humiliated.
I'ma just say this. As a guy right here who really is not afraid of getting embarrassed, I think embarrassment has, like, for me, it's probably the most feeling where I feel stuff. You know what I'm saying? When I actually feel like kind of queasy. But the other stuff, well, I haven't been murdered, but y'all know the other thing. I would say public humiliation is probably, I can understand why some guys would not like that. You know? But I don't understand why some guys would not like that enough to pull out a gun and shoot a woman, a 45-year-old mother and her son. You know?
Which, don't get me wrong, no one wants to be publicly humiliated, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's very traumatic.
Yeah.
But to him, he'd rather die. Janelle is digging his feet in the sand, figuratively, right? And he keeps pulling on Frank. Frank's sister, Tasha, rushes in and latches onto Frank. Janelle physically shoves her off to the point where she falls onto the ground. She's dizzy. And when she looks up, all the neighbors have gathered, creating almost this human circle around them. But they're all scared. They don't know what to do. I mean, what do we do? Call the police? Janelle is the police. Like, what do we do? Tasha looks at them and screams, "Take out your phones and start recording him. Record him." Janelle hears that and stares directly into Tasha's soul. He was pissed.
Bruh.
Tasha's like, "I'm not going to flinch." She challenged him. She squared up her shoulders, stared right back into his eyes and says, "You don't have any right to arrest my brother." "What are you talking about?" "Yeah, I do. Of course I do." Janelle truly believed because he was a police officer, he could arrest anyone at any time for any reason.
They gave this nigga this
Frank
job.
starts cursing at Janelle. Janelle is clearly abusing his power, and someone needed to voice that. This family had lived in the shadow of Janelle's anger and power trip for long enough. Janelle's wife and daughter eventually made their way out, which I genuinely thought, okay, this is the moment. Janelle has, even if he doesn't care for his family, which I feel like he doesn't because of his actions.
He doesn't.
But even if he doesn't care for his family, this is an out for his ego.
Exactly.
This is a way for him to be like, you know what? I'm a better father than I am an egotistical person. And that would, again, make him feel superior.
Yeah.
So this is an easy way for Janelle to say, you know what, I'm going to calm down. I'm going to walk away with my 13-year-old daughter. You're lucky my daughter came out. Mm-hmm. But he doesn't.
This nigga
Not
killed
at all.
somebody in front of his daughter.
Ellie, that little girl, pulls out her phone and holds it in front of herself like a shield, and she's recording. She starts getting closer and closer to Frank and Sonia, and Frank notices. He asks, almost in this kind of shocked, like, oyopso, ridiculous way, "Your dad's the one who's in the wrong here, but you're filming me? Unbelievable." The little girl ignores him and starts yelling at Sonia, the mom, someone who is 40 plus years her senior, starts screaming at her, shut it, just let it go." Ellie is 13. She's old enough to know what's going on, but I don't think that she was able to understand the implications of what's about to happen next.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not about to just like vilify her because she's 13 and her dad is a bitch. So I can probably figure out that her dad has been putting a lot of bitch ass nigga shit inside of her brain. So I ain't gonna do that to her. You know what I'm saying?
She does get a lot of hate for her role in all of this, but it's important, again, to remember this is a 13-year-old girl who is watching her dad get into a fight. She's probably scared. She probably thinks being aggressive to save her father is the right thing to do. And since her father was a policeman, and he seems like the type to brainwash everyone that, like, I'm the authority, I'm the law, I'm the person that enforces the law, and everyone
She think this nigga's Superman. You think your daddy's Superman. Nigga, Superman ain't had no gun.
against me is a criminal.
Nigga, not even
It
Batman.
could be very likely that
dead
she thought
shot.
whoever was fighting her dad was automatically the bad guy.
Man, whatever.
But I will say it's not a good look.
It's not.
Ellie starts pulling Sonia's hair and slapping her hands, trying to get Sonia to let go of Frank so that her dad can take Frank to the police station. Sonia tries to very briefly reason with this little girl because just imagine how chaotic it is. And she says, you should be telling that to your dad, not us. This is our property. This is my house.
You're on my property.
Janelle does briefly try to push Ellie back towards her mom, but she doesn't move. She stands her ground and proudly says, my father is a policeman.
Let go mo. Hindi kami. Nandito kami sa ilalim. Okay? My father is a
Please don't show what happens.
policeman.
Sonia looks at this little girl. There is not enough time in the world, especially not right now, to tell her that this policeman, your daddy, is not a good one. He's abusing his power. We did nothing wrong. You can't grow up just blindly following a uniform because some of them are very corrupt.
Exactly.
How do you tell a 13-year-old girl that your dad is corrupt and is the evil one right now? But what do? Ignore her? I mean, what do? So Sonia just sighed and tried to lessen the tension. I believe she tried to lessen the tension because Sonia's whole MO this whole time has been diffusing the situation. She hasn't been provoking anyone. She hasn't been yelling curse words. She's been trying to just get her son out of the situation as safely as possible. She says, in response to, "My father is a policeman."
Your father's a bitch.
She sings 21's "I Don't Care." But Janelle, he heard that tune. He turned. And maybe he saw something we didn't.
I saw that video.
If there was even anything to
I don't
see.
give a fuck what he saw. I don't give a shit. I saw that goddamn video. This nigga real life bro, I don't give a fuck what he saw. Like, man, what, bro? Fuck out of here, dude. You don't get no excuse, bro. You don't get no excuse. You don't get no excuse. None. You a bitch ass nigga. You a bitch with a badge. Fuck you talking about?
But maybe he saw his ego flash right before his eyes. Maybe he saw his daughter look at him like, "What now, Dad?" Or maybe he just saw red. I don't know. But he looks at Sonia and screams, "You son of a bitch. Do you want me to end your life right here and now?" Before anyone can respond, he reaches into his pocket,
Nigga just pulls out
his gun,
a gun.
and fires.
Yes, bro. Like,
Sonia
what?
loses her balance, but she's still holding on to Frank. And before the first shot is even finished ringing in Frank's ears, Janelle pulls the trigger again.
Yeah.
And this time it hits Frank square in the chest.
And he keeps going.
Both Frank and his mom topple over, and they're almost laying lifeless instantly. Just laying on their front lawn, not moving. But Janelle wasn't done. In front of his wife and his daughter, in a situation that even when they were alive, there was no danger to Janelle's life.
None.
Janelle takes a step forward and shoots Sonia's body again.
Yeah, bro. Like, bro, what? Bitch ass
And
nigga,
so
bro.
up until this point in the video, it's eerie because you hear chaos, you hear people trying to defuse, you hear neighbors, and everything just goes silent. Just silent. The neighbors, passerbys, they're like frozen in shock. Frank's family, they don't even move. They're still trying to process what just happened.
Yo, dad is a hoe ass nigga. Don't give a damn about y'all, what y'all see, what y'all care about. It's just him, his ego, and his ego. That's it. Your dad is a hoe. And I really hope that you and your mama understand that and don't give that nigga no type of nothing. I feel like policemen really don't really know. You don't get the grace to be a human and make these type of mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are literally somebody who can take anybody's life, bro. You can literally do whatever you want to anybody, bro. When you're in custody, in cuffs, they can do whatever they want to you. You know what I'm saying? They can do whatever they want to you, bro. Shit's crazy, man. Fuck.
Their brain hadn't caught up with their eyes. All they could see was Sonia and Frank laying on the ground. But there's no way they're dead, right?
Nick, shut up, nigga. They are
scared.
Yes.
Fuck.
and
Nobody's running away right now.
There's like an eerie silence, and then the spell breaks. Everybody starts making a run for it. Janelle is no longer human. He's the devil. He's no longer reasonable. He's a killer. He's no longer a cop. He is a murderer.
Yeah.
Who's to say that he's not just going to turn around and take out the whole neighborhood in this power struggle?
exactly like what?
So most of the neighbors are running away, but a few run against the crowd and run towards Sonia and Frank.
The families.
Yeah, to check on them. They try and stop the bleeding while they called for help, but it was too late. Both Sonia and Frank were dead. The rest of Sonia's family had just witnessed their family members getting brutally killed in front of them just days before Christmas. And once they realized that their loved ones could not be saved, they turn around to face Janelle,
He's still
but
dead.
he's gone.
Oh, I was about to say, you better not
He
be
used
there,
the
bro.
chaos to escape.
What the fuck? You a bitch.
You can't
ass.
escape the internet.
You can't escape the internet. You bro. I hate hoe ass niggas so much, bro. I hate bitch ass niggas so much, bro. Like, god damn, fool, you big and bad, and your dumb ass really just killed 2 people, and now you're gonna run away? Man, ugh.
The neighbors who were recording started posting the videos online. There are several videos of the incident, so there is no doubt that Janelle killed Frank and Sonia. That's not even really debatable. The videos would go absolutely viral in the Philippines just because of how graphic, just the severity of the situation. Janelle started feeling the pressure of being one of the most hated men in the Philippines, being probably the top fugitive at the time in the Philippines. He ran off right after the shooting, tries to run to his hometown, but ultimately ends up turning himself in. It's actually speculated that this guy thought if he turned himself in, the police would go easy on him.
You're a fucking
because
idiot.
he's one of their own.
You're a
Side note,
fucking
sources
idiot.
also state that Janelle's brother worked as an officer in his hometown. So he specifically turned himself in there in hopes of getting some sort of special treatment, which didn't work. He was taken into custody, and Tarlac, the city where the crime happened, Tarlac officers came to get him. They tested his hands for gunpowder residue, which obviously tested positive. He was arrested. Now, when someone is arrested, it is pretty standard to do a background check on them. And not only was Janelle the world's worst cop, but he was a criminal. When this came out to the public, netizens were confused, furious, all of the above. Even before this crime, Janelle had an extensive criminal history, which I don't even know how he's still a police officer at this point, but he was charged with homicide just a year prior in 2019.
Oh, so he's a killer. Oh, what the fuck?
As a cop?
As a cop. Sonia and Frank were murdered in 2020. He was charged with homicide in 2019, but for the 2019 case, there wasn't enough evidence, so the case was just dismissed.
What?
7 months later, again, this is before Sonia and Frank's case, he was charged again with homicide.
What? Bro, what the fuck?
This time the case was also dismissed. There's not a ton of detail on exactly what happened both times, but we do know that he was charged with murder on two separate occasions before Frank and Sonia's murder.
In the same
All the charges were
year.
dismissed because there wasn't enough evidence.
Oh
that
my
doesn't
God.
necessarily mean that there was no evidence or
Yeah.
that it didn't happen. Just not enough evidence made it to the right people's hands.
Just not enough people who recorded it.
Exactly.
What the fuck?
Outside of Janelle's criminal record, he doesn't even have the best track record at work either. In 2014, he was briefly suspended for an entire month from the force because he refused to take a mandatory drug test.
All right, he just a pile of shit. All right, bro.
Yeah.
How the fuck y'all niggas get this nigga a job? He just a big ass pile of shit. How the
The only reason you refuse to take a drug test, typically, is because you did drugs.
Yeah.
Like, I truly have no idea how this man was still a police officer in 2020.
Fuck.
Janelle clearly knew the video was posted. He knew almost everyone in the Philippines knew about what he did, but he still pled not guilty. There was so much pressure on the government. The entire judicial process was sped up because of it. The court found him guilty
Ugly
of 2
ass
counts
bitch.
of murder,
Ugly asshole.
meaning he would spend anywhere between 20 to 40 years in prison.
And you 5'11". You not even 6 foot, bitch. I'm 1 inch taller than you, bitch. Pussy. Fuck you. The fuck?
20 to 40 years in prison, which honestly is not that long for what he did, but he will end up dead, so
Wait, what?
we'll get to it.
Hey!
Now, I will say the next target
My bad. Sorry, that was my intrusive thoughts. I don't want to wish death on nobody, but... Hey! Cool.
for a lot of netizens was Ellie. People ripped apart Ellie for the video that, she's saying, my father's a policeman. I think her attitude, her demeanor throughout the video can come off a bit entitled.
It smells
spoiled,
of her
maybe
father.
bratty.
It smells
My
just like
dad's
her
a
father.
cop, so you can't touch me. And a lot of netizens believe that this comment is what caused the murders. Had
You know what's crazy? People who have people in higher places really think that just because your person is like, just because your family member is some higher up, whatever, don't mean that you cannot still like get knocked off too. You acting like people don't kill cops. There are people in this world that don't care. So there's a lot of people that don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that don't care. Watch what you say to people. I'm gonna be honest. You need to. Some people need to watch what they say to people, because there's a lot of people that do not care. You know what I'm saying? Like,
she not said that, maybe Sonia and Frank would not be dead.
man,
So she was ripped apart online. Now, if I had to play devil's advocate, right? I feel like Ellie said this because in her mind, her dad is a policeman and policemen always follow the laws. She's 13. She probably doesn't know that policemen can be corrupt. If he's doing this, she probably thinks there is a good reason that she's doing this. These people are probably criminals. And she doesn't understand why Sonia isn't letting her dad do his job. And maybe even her demeanor could be explained by, when you're 13, you're scared. You try to act extra aggressive. You're like putting up this front.
That's why I don't vilify her.
Also, I kind of feel bad in the sense that, let's say she was under the impression that her dad was a good police officer. If you see your dad kill 2 people, clearly not in self-defense, I think that would just shatter your whole reality.
Yep.
I think your whole father figure would be destroyed. You would question a lot of your previous life moments, life lessons.
Yep.
I don't know. I would like to hope that she didn't realize that her dad was in the wrong and that she was just doing what she thought in her 13-year-old mind was appropriate at the time. I will say that smacking and yanking hair is never appropriate because Sonia was not even touching her dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sonia was not touching Janelle.
Obviously, it's a lot of lapse in judgment today in this story.
So I don't know. Maybe she has lived the past 2 years with a lot of guilt. Maybe she hasn't. But I do hope for the sake of, I don't know, I guess her own future and how she deals with relationships with authority, I hope she learns that her dad was wrong and that's just not how it works.
Yes, your dad is a bitch.
Now, another thing about Ellie before we move on.
Rest in
After
piss.
the incident, a lot of Facebook pages started popping up using Ellie's pictures and names, and these pages started posting some really crazy stuff.
Wait,
They were
what?
basically saying, I said what I said and I meant what I said, pretending to be Ellie.
Oh, no. Oh, fuck.
And I think that's why a lot of the Philippines really
God
hated
damn.
Ellie, not just for the video, because I think if they just see the video, they can kind of try to somewhat reason with Ellie since she is 13. But these Facebook pages, so many of them came up, so many of them seem so realistic that people didn't even know. How do we know it's not hers? I don't believe any of them were actually Ellie's accounts, but it did further add to all the hate that Ellie got. People started commenting some really vicious things. Like, they deserve the death penalty. Even the daughter, she's got no manners.
Okay.
The daughter of the police looks bitchy and arrogant. She even looked at the mother and son in a very disrespectful manner. How could they even face their neighbors after what they've done?
Like I said before, I'm not vilifying that child. I do feel bad. None of this wild shit is deserving for her. I'm gonna be honest, because she's 13. You know what I'm saying? I'm not vilifying her for that.
You should have stopped your dad and asked him to bring you home, but instead you fueled the fire even more.
She's 13.
Your father is a criminal and you're a spoiled little brat who knows how to speak English but doesn't know manners.
She's 13.
Someone even wrote, honestly, you're the reason why your dad's rotting in jail. For God's sake,
No.
why did you have to get yourself involved in
No.
an altercation
No.
amongst adults?
No, she's not the reason why her dad is in jail. Her dad is a grown-ass man. He's a grown-ass police officer. Her dad is the reason why he's in jail.
Yeah, it was brutal. The situation got so bad that Ellie had to go to therapy. A human rights group in the Philippines had to step in to remind everyone, hey, you guys know that you're cyberbullying a 13-year-old, right?
Goddamn, Steph!
There are some activities in life that I categorize in my brain as that's a whole day activity. Doctor's appointments, that's a whole day activity.
Damn, Steph, you got 2 sponsors in one video. I'm trying to get like you.
Actually want to do. Get 50%.
What, you got a DoorDash deal? Oh, I'm inspired. Oh my
off
god!
your first order with DoorDash.
Shout out to Stephanie, yo. Y'all get y'all some
Gregorio
DoorDash, man.
family, Sonia and Frank's family, they held a funeral for Frank and Sonia 4 days after Christmas. Hundreds of
Man,
local
and this shit happened at Christmas, bro. This shit happened 5 days before Christmas, son. Like, that's a whole nother layer of just grief. Oh my god. Rest in peace to Frank and Sonia, bro. Rest in peace to Frank and Sonia.
And side note, Frank's wife was a few hours away when Frank died, remember? And she said that she absolutely refused to believe that Frank was dead. It just didn't make any sense. She had to physically bring herself to watch the video so that her brain could comprehend the message, because her brain was not getting it. Her brain was like, everyone is just losing their minds. Everyone's lying. It's a joke, or there's a glitch in the universe and he's going to be back. He's going to be back home this weekend. And it almost took her to traumatize herself to watch that video to finally be like, okay, he's gone. He's not coming home. While the family were busy with the funeral, supporters were marching down the streets shouting for justice for Frank and Sonia. They grabbed megaphones. They demanded police reform, systematic changes. There was a little war going on in the Philippines at the time of Sonia and Frank's death, a war between the police and the citizens. So it's not like Frank and Sonia's was even a one-off case.
Oh, like
Yeah.
the police. Okay.
And I'm going to tell
so
you
the
what's
police
going
were
on.
policing,
so being
huh?
an American, we are all way too familiar with police brutality. So obviously, this is not just an issue that's in the Philippines. It's a global problem, it seems. But there are some unique circumstances to this case. In the Philippines, in 2016, President Rodrigo Duterte, he was like, I'm going to crack down on illegal drugs.
Oh,
That is my whole campaign.
I remember that.
Back then, illegal abuse was really prevalent in the Philippines. Numbers are not that easy to come by, for obvious reasons. But the U.S. Congress did an international narcotics report in 2010, and they estimated that the illegal drug trade was bringing in between $6 to $8 billion in the Philippines per year. Addiction had practically touched every major city. I mean, everyone knew what was going on. So when Rodrigo ran for president, he promised to change everything. I'm just going to tell you some of the quotes that he's the most famous for, because I think that's the best way to get his campaign. I will repeat what I have said before. If you destroy my country and you destroy the young people by feeding them with drugs, you destroy the future. If you destroy the country, I will kill you. I'll dump all of you into Manila Bay and fatten the fish up.
I remember hearing this when this came out. Wow.
Just so we're
Wow.
all clear and the context is given, he's saying that he will kill all drug dealers and dump them into the bay. He also somehow tried to reference Hitler multiple times in his campaigns, in his war on drugs campaign, which is, he was quite literally promising to kill Filipino drug addicts.
What?
Just something to remember. Drug addicts are not dirty criminals
Yeah.
who sprout out of the ground to just wreak havoc and destroy communities.
Wait, what? So people are selling drugs to people who are addicts, and you're focusing on killing the addicts.
I mean, these are brothers, mothers, students, neighbors. I shouldn't have to say this, but drug addicts are people.
Yeah.
They're not the problem. They have an addiction, and that addiction is an issue. But the people themselves are not the problem.
Right.
And you can't just get rid of them.
Exactly. Like
So
what?
I don't understand why he thought that threatening to kill his own countrymen would win him the presidency. But the crazy thing is,
He won.
It did win him the presidency. He did win the presidential election, and he didn't even stop there either. He kept going on about how much he hates users. And like, trust me, I'm not sitting here, guys, do drugs. But what's going on here?
Yeah.
He would even say things like, do the lives of these criminals really matter? If I am the one facing all the grief, would 100 lives of these idiots mean anything to me? Rodrigo said that he would even kill his own children if they turned into drug users.
Okay. All right, boy. You're tripping. You gotta stop. You need help. You. Look at my finger. You need help. Because what? That doesn't make any damn sense. What?
Jeez.
Side note, just to give you an idea of this man, there was another time in his presidency where the Philippines and China were fighting about who would control the South China Sea. Rodrigo's advisors told him, hey, you know what? If you're going to go up against China, it would be politically astute of you to become friendlier with the U.S. because you don't want to go up against China alone, right? It's not your war. He was supposed to meet with Obama to talk about it, but right before meeting up with Obama, Rodrigo publicly called Obama, and I quote, a son of a whore. Publicly.
What?
Yeah.
The fuck did Obama do? I mean, other than drone strikes, but what the fuck? Yo, what?
For what reason?
So the reporters were like, what if Obama asks you about your human rights violations? Because even the UN is looking into you. Because, you know, you're killing a bunch of people just because you see them do a little bit of drugs. So,
But I'd be mad as hell if I'm over here just rolling up a J and smoking some weed and I get myself killed. Like, I die. Like, this is, oh my God. Like, good God. This is fucking insane, bro. Like, God damn. Fuck.
what are you going to say to that? And he's like, I'm going to say, you're a son of a... Obama heard it. He canceled the meeting altogether, stating that he would rather, quote, engage in constructive, productive conversations.
Obama funny as hell.
Also, the Pope visited the Philippines. He also called the Pope the son of a...
All right, bro. This nigga's just tripping. He probably using drugs his damn self. Cause what the fuck? Why are you calling the Pope a son of a whore? You literally calling like isn't the Pope like one of the most influential people ever, like in the world? Like, excuse me. What? What the fuck? Wait a minute. Is the Philippines a predominantly Christian country? According to the 2015 census, 79.5% of the population is Roman Catholic. I'm going to just screenshot this and just put this up there just so y'all can see it.
Because he was causing a traffic jam.
Is he just like says whatever on his mind? Kind
Yeah.
of no filter.
I guess maybe that was his appeal. Maybe, I don't know. But I would say definitely calling the Pope a son of a whore is like crossing so many. I'm not even religious, but it feels like we're crossing a lot of boundaries, and it's a lot. That's very, very a lot, right? Now, the reason that people were upset and marching down the streets was because Rodrigo's attempt to end drug usage, he basically told the police force of the Philippines to go at it, have a good time, play Call of Duty on the streets. It's basically Valorant, free for all, the purge. He said, you see drugs, shoot.
You know, as somebody who has actually seen a couple people die in his life, like in front of his face, I don't understand why there's people out here who are like so like carefree about telling people to just go and shoot. Like, I've shot a gun before. I don't have like police training, but that is an insane process. Like, it's actually an insane process. I see myself as very desensitized to a lot of things, which is why I watched that video and didn't really like. I was like, oh, wow. I've seen a lot of things. I've been on the internet since I was like 9, so you can imagine how much stuff I've seen. But other people aren't me. And also, as someone who's desensitized, I still will not be okay with just going out and just going gun-ho to anybody. I'm not doing that. Even if I snap, I'm not doing that. It's so fascinating to me how some people really just don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't.
Shoot and kill on sight.
On site.
A little baggie of weed, shoot and kill on sight.
Like, what?
No freaking way.
And ever since then, the number of drug-related police killings skyrocketed. The estimated death toll of drug-related police violence during Rodrigo's presidency is over 6,000 people. But then, what happens? What happens when you give people that level of power? It's no longer about things anymore. Police officers got way too comfortable.
Wow.
It seems like they just started killing whenever they felt like it.
Damn, that's wow. Stephanie, you did a good job of like wrapping all this stuff up. I respect that.
And then planting a little baggie of drugs.
Wow.
And nothing would be investigated. Nothing would be looked into. Nothing would be inappropriate. Those were their orders. Shoot to kill.
You know, that was a I don't know if y'all don't like Dave Chappelle, but that was a Dave Chappelle skit. I mean, a Dave Chappelle bit, like that. Like this was like back in like 2000, I believe, where he was like, you know, police really used to like kill niggas and sprinkle some coke on them or sprinkle some crack on them. I can imagine that actually was happening because why the you would think the police. You know how many pictures have you seen of police flaunting how much drugs and guns they've caught? You mean to tell me that they ain't got the capacity to start planting some drugs on people to justify them actually going crazy? Like, come on, bro.
They were caught multiple times. So there was one big case where 3 officers killed a young man, stating that he pulled a gun out on them and he had a baggie of drugs in his pocket. That turned out to be false. There was a tiny little camera in an alleyway that saw them drag him into the alleyway, shoot him dead, and then plant the stuff. They were just killing in cold blood. Yeah, not that drugs are a good reason to kill someone, but you get what I'm saying. So a lot of people argued this is giving power-tripping, egotistical, evil people like Janelle the go-ahead to feel like they rule the streets.
And when you give somebody a gun, there's like an underlying power that you feel with having like a death weapon like on your hip. Like when I had like that gun in my hand, I was like, dog, this is crazy. And this is like, you're able to just get this. All you need is like a little bit of training. Like, this is insane. I'm not a freaking human rights activist, but I'm just like, dog. And I had like a Glock 17, like the police issued one. People really be out here just collecting like M16s, M4s, and all this. And it's like, what? I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. And like, what the fuck?
To feel like there's some sort of God above all.
Man.
So yeah, people had enough. In another angering turn of events, there were rumors that Janelle had benefits while in prison. They said that his status as a former officer didn't actually put a target on his back like a lot of people were hoping. It actually made his life easier. People alleged that he was given a phone with full internet access. He got haircuts in jail, received outside food, and even got a special cell, which I'm assuming is better than a normal cell.
If he tried that shit over here, somebody hit his ass with a Glock dookie. Don't look up what Glock dookie means. Please don't. Please don't.
They stated that he was living with respect and dignity while he ruined an entire family.
And he killed those 45-year-old
Netizens were
woman.
rightfully upset about that. The Bureau of Jail Management had to come out and say, that's not what we're doing. And for like a whole year, it was kind of an argument until
Liar.
November 30th, 2021. Janelle's cellmates were carrying an unconscious body into the jail hospital. Janelle was already dead when he was carried in. The cellmate stated, well, Janelle was complaining about being dizzy and being out of breath the whole day. While we were all walking back to our cell together, he collapsed and lost consciousness.
That's karma,
We
bitch.
don't know what happened.
Boy, they knocked his dumb ass off. Nigga, don't even worry about that. Y'all straight. It's cool. Hey, get y'all lies off, even if you did or didn't. I don't know. I assume that y'all killed him. Hey, man. Listen. Hey. Shit. Hey. It's the circle of life. Ugh.
Initial reports state that Janelle died of a heart attack, but there are rumors, the main one being, netizens believe that Janelle was killed by other jailmates because he was being favored. And it's kind of pissing them off.
Hey.
And since he was killed for that, the Bureau of Jail Management would have to cover it up and just state that he died of a heart attack, because then it'd be like, now we have to explain why the jailmates or the cellmates were jealous of him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there was even a brief conspiracy that Janelle wasn't actually dead.
What?
There were just photos of him taken as he was dead, and he had escaped prison with the help of all of his other police officer friends, and he was probably living off the grid or living in a different country. Now, I don't know about this one. Normally, I don't like to entertain they're not actually dead conspiracies, because I feel like it could be detrimental. But I will say this one, I don't put it past these people, right?
Yeah.
But it does seem that he is dead.
Yeah.
The only reason I bring it up is Sonia and Frank's family briefly brought up that idea that they didn't think that he was genuinely dead. Ultimately, it does seem that the body in the morgue is Janelle's. Sonia's children have stated, it's just really hard. Like, everything's really hard. Sonia was she was a mom. I know that sounds so cliche because, Yes, so many people are moms, but she was a mom in the way that you think of like a textbook mom.
Yeah,
You
she
would come
did
home
that.
from
She
work.
did
Doesn't
that shit.
matter if you're her kid that's 26. Doesn't matter if you're her grandson that's 5. She would have this plate of hot steaming food waiting for you, and she would sit there at the dinner table. Doesn't matter what time. She already ate dinner. She's just watching you eat. How's your day? Like, tell me everything.
Like, that's real love, bro. Shout out to moms, bro. Ma, I love you. Grandma, I love you. Even though some days it might seem like I'm ungrateful, I'm sorry. I would like to do better. Moms really be doing that shit, bro. Shout out to the moms, man. God damn.
All of Sonia's neighbors mourned
Hey, if you a mom, shout out to you. You are actually freaking superwoman. 'Cause, oh my goodness.
her death. They said this woman loved feeding people. They said they're not a rich family. They're not doing well. Sometimes you could tell that Sonia didn't even have enough to eat. But if you ever walked by that house, even looking a little hungry, if you stopped by to drop off something and your stomach grumbled even a little bit, she would force you to sit down and she would make you feel stuffed, even when she was hungry. Everyone in the neighborhood called her Mama Sonia. But even through all the pain that this family has gone through, they came out to say they forgave Janelle.
No, fuck that.
They said,
Fuck that. Well, forgive and forget. I forgive you. But you better not let me see your ass on the street. You better be dead. You better have gotten a slum. You better have gotten some good plastic surgery. Cause I can see that double chin from a mile away. I know what that double chin look like. You better have taken that double chin away. Change your name, anything. Hey,
we hope this serves as a lesson,
stay safe, bitch.
you know, that helps him realize that being a police does not equate to superiority. No one is above the law. We've forgiven him. That doesn't mean that the pain isn't there. The pain is still there. We lost a mother. We lost a brother, just like that. For him, he's still alive. Well, he was. And he gets to see his family during visitations. But we don't. For us, we lost everything.
Mm-hmm.
But we've forgiven him. We've forgiven him because there is justice, and he will pay for it.
Oh, he gonna pay.
And he will pay for it in the eyes of the Lord.
He gonna pay for that
So
shit.
we're choosing to let go of that anger.
Oh my God, that shit hard, boy. Oh, all these people who got ego, nigga. Oh, wait, hold on.
But of course, we still condemn any and all actions, even remotely close to this. So, that is the story of the Tarlac shootings in the Philippines. What are your thoughts?
I got some thoughts
Hey,
for
I
you.
think just the song, it's all of it is just a mixture of makes me feel so, I don't know, it's like heavy.
Very, very heavy.
Please leave it in the comments and please be safe. I will see you guys on Sunday for the mini-sode. Bye. Bye.
Bye, Stephanie. All right, I got some things to say. First things first, hey, see, this is why sometimes I be letting people slide with that ego stuff, bro. Because if you go too far, you gonna see how that ego stands against God, bro. You know what I'm saying? You ever seen somebody who be all high and mighty and they get humbled? Oh my God, that feels so good. All these people who be trying to be big and broad looking at like this nigga Janelle. Nigga, if you dead, fuck you, rest in piss. I don't give a fuck about none of that, bro. That shit is foul what you did. If you alive, you ass better. I ain't gonna do nothing because I'm pussy and I'm a civilian. But I know there's some people out there who gonna try to get you. You better hope that double chin gone, boy. You better hope that double chin gone. Oh my God, son. Like, cause no, bro. You shouldn't know, bro. You realize took away 2 good people, son. And then you was getting off in prison, bro. You was living that life. Hey, watch that. I ain't never seen heaven before, but you not gonna see it. You not seeing the pearly gates. Actually, you might see the pearly gates, but you're not going in there. No entry. Go to the back of the. Go down there. You're done. You're done. It's over. There's no going back. I hope that ego was worth it. I really hope it's worth it. I hope it's worth it, boy. Oh my God. Fuck. Whew. Not gonna lie, this was very heavy. I would like to know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do y'all think I overdid it? Let me know if I did. This is one of them times where I will overdo it. And I'm going to stand on that. If anybody disagrees on whatever happened, let me know in the comments down below. And if anybody disagrees or whatever, please be respectful. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to Sonia and Frank. If Janelle is dead, fuck him. His daughter, I'm not really going, she gonna learn. You know, honestly, people gonna learn that what they did back in the day was some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And to everybody that had to see that, my heart goes out to you, to Sonia and Frank's family, like the kid, the wife and everything. Like, my heart goes out to them. My heart also goes out to Janelle's wife and child. You know what I'm saying? Because he seems like he was that type of guy that tried to run his household with an iron fist. He probably had a little dick too. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm just. I'm having too much fun with this because we supposed to get serious. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. I will see you guys in the next one, and hope you guys have a very good day and have a very good tomorrow. Bye. Love y'all. Stay safe out there though. For real. Please stay safe.